Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So I didn't know this, but I thought it was probably an important announcement. Jungle Inc. Bringing this up in today's digital asset by video. He asked who is saying that YouTubers are being offered a job as an XRPL community manager. Well, not everyone wants to be so open. Santosumo Saba has confirmed the existence of the program. So there is a program that does exist, and she was offered a job as an XRPL community manager. I was asked, she said, if I wanted to be an XRPL community manager in December. There is a written job description for it, but she decided to decline. This corroborates what others have told me about the existence of the program. I'm not accusing any individuals of being paid by Ripple. I'm just reminding the community that transparency is best. DAI backed this up with his video today and is in agreement. And I guess I should say, as an XRP community member and YouTuber, I agree as well. Transparency is key. Whenever I say something on this channel, I want to be completely 100% transparent. And I've made that a point since the beginning. So if there are people who are, being paid by Ripple, that should definitely be acknowledged and announced. But also wanted to thank Jungle Inc. here just for bringing that to our attention and to Digital Asset by, I guess, for shining light on this subject. Of course, to Crypto Eddie as well, letting us know that this does exist. And that I guess some people are definitely being paid by Ripple to do this job. Apparently, it's an official job. There's a written job description for it. News to me, though. I wouldn't doubt for a second, though, that somebody has jumped on top of that opportunity. Anyway, I guess that's the reason why YouTube and I guess all these other platforms do have a paid partnership sticker when a YouTuber decides to go with a partnership, or they're being endorsed by someone for a monetary exchange. Usually they tell you to put that paid partnership little logo on the bottom corner of your video. I've only done maybe 3 or 4 of these in the existence of Working Money channel because I'm approached by so many people, but I really pick and choose. I'm very, very, very picky on who I want to do any kind of paid partnership with. So just to let you guys know that's where I'm coming from. That's my ideological stance, if you ever did question that. Anyway, again, wanted to thank Jungle Inc. just for posting that. Guys, we got more SEC Ripple lawsuit news. So the SEC has filed its opposition to Ripple's motion to strike the new expert material. Ripple wanted to strike that material. And while the SEC, of course, wants to keep delaying by, of course, opposing Ripple's motion to dismiss. So long story short, this coming from 24 Hours Crypto here, the SEC is crying. But here's also the long version. The SEC opposes Ripple's motion to dismiss the testimony of Andrea Fox, who they used as a summary witness in their case. Ripple claims Andrea Fox provided expert testimony, which should have been disclosed earlier, but the SEC argues that her declaration is simply a summary of Ripple's financial records, and apparently that, according to them, that does not constitute expert testimony. Her declaration involves basic arithmetic applied to financial data to help clarify the amounts discussed in court, but the SEC notes that this is just her basically going over the numbers here, and that isn't anything special. The declaration is similar to another one previously accepted by the court, despite Ripple's similar objections. The SEC believes the court should deny Ripple's motion to strike Fox's declaration because it doesn't involve any specialized accounting knowledge. Additionally, the SEC mentioned that Ripple had the opportunity to challenge this declaration earlier through discovery processes like depositions and requests for information, but did not do so. Therefore, the SEC argues there should be no grounds for complaint or surprise from Ripple regarding the declaration. So there are more responses from the XRP community about this. I will link this tweet thread. It's directly from James K. Filan, so directly from the source here in the description of this video if you guys want to read further into this. Bill Morgan, though, gave his opinion. Another opinion here. The SEC argued that the Fox declaration is summary, not expert evidence, and Ripple does not dispute the summary of its financial records is correct. The SEC argues that Fox did not give an opinion that some institutional buyers suffered pecuniary harm because she stated that counsel told her to state, and whether some institutional buyers suffered this harm because others received higher discounts is a legal question. Regardless of the outcome of this motion, it is difficult to see the SEC's argument on the question of pecuniary harm is strong. Imagine explaining you made profits from a contract with Ripple but didn't make as much profits as someone else. Sure, that is what the case is about, protecting investors from a missed opportunity to make even higher profits while you fail to protect them from SBF and FTX. So Bill here with a bit of an editorial response. Sheila Stewart asking, Bill, what does this mean? Regardless of the outcome of this motion, it is difficult to see the SEC's argument on that question of pecuniary harm is strong. And Bill's saying, I don't regard making less profit than someone else because you received a lower discount as a pecuniary loss. So that is Bill's interpretation of that, just clearing that up. But I mean, ultimately, what this means is that this is just getting pushed longer and longer. I'm really hoping that we get to some kind of clarity very soon. The XRP community deserves better, I think, and the price of XRP just has been suffering. Suffering partially because of the lawsuit, also suffering in large part because the bull market has taken a bit of a breather. We have not seen XRP really move yet, still forming that Nike swoosh pattern. I know some people laugh at me that there's a Nike swoosh pattern on the chart, but guys, it's happened time and time again. The Nike swoosh before the uptick. There's a small one in here too. Nike swoosh before that uptick. And we're building, guys. Another Nike swoosh pattern building right in here, the grind to the upside. As I was saying, though, the Ripple lawsuit held XRP back. I'm not going to lie, held XRP back in 2021. And now that we have clarity, I do truly believe we are going to see higher highs. This bull run, for my crypto picks and more, you can find all that out at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. Also going to be talking more about XRP in the coming months with regards to price target exit points. That is what we all want to know, right? When to get out. Yes, I'm keeping a portion of my XRP for the long term, but I do have some targets in mind that I'm, not going to reveal them quite yet because there are still a few things that have to occur on the chart in order for me to finally pull the trigger. I'm also thinking I'm going to be doing a live Q&A session over there at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. Another one. I know I wanted to try to make it one a month, but a lot has been going on, and the last time I did one was a couple of months ago. So for those Patreon subscribers looking for another Q&A session, I'm going to be doing that over there at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. It is only $5 a month if you guys want to join to follow my trading journey this bull run. But anyway, just wanted to thank James K. Filan and Bill Morgan just for posting that. Now, guys, we're seeing XRP purchases totaling 75 million tokens coming from Binance. This courtesy of Jack the Rippler here. Whale transactions are on the move. According to on-chain data tracking platform Whale Alert, whales have purchased nearly 75 million XRP from Binance, reflecting the increased confidence of investors towards the cryptocurrency, probably because XRP is now moving to a very low price in the low 50s now, as of the time of this recording, 49.7, 49.8. So buyers are finding that, that's a great support level to be purchasing more XRP. So this article here just gives some details about the addresses and how much XRP is being purchased. But guys, the overall picture, XRP, 75 million, and the amount of XRP just being bought up is humongous. So one transaction over here, 24.05 million XRP was purchased in one fell swoop. And then another transaction was 26.33 million. And then another transaction was for 24.11 million XRP. Guys, these are the tens of millions of dollars worth of purchases of XRP. So that is also something to be mindful of. Wanted to thank Jack the Rippler for posting that. Vet also mentioning this with regards to the XRP Ledger AMM. Providing liquidity, and this is a how-to video. I'm not going to play you guys the full video. It's 23 minutes long, but I will link it in the description of this video, basically explaining how the liquidity provider works for those of you guys who are interested in doing this. Please be aware of the risks involved. Providing liquidity is not risk-free, and you should be careful how you interact with the system. So again, I will link this in the description. I want to keep moving along because I got so much stuff here. Wrath of Kahneman also posting this, okay? The Philippines gets their first Mojaloop enabled inclusive instant payment system. And so Mojaloop does have ties to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. And now this enabled inclusive instant payment system is getting traction in the Philippines with Talino Venture Studios. They are a leading sustainable development firm. They've launched and seed-funded Higala, a pioneer startup inclusive instant payment system in the Philippines. So Higala will serve as a financial superhighway that will connect thrift banks, interesting title there, thrift banks, rural banks, and microfinance institutions that are currently excluded from payment networks because of high switching and on-ramp costs. Despite the presence of 400 rural banks in the Philippines, currently only a mere 18 are part of the instant pay, depriving many Filipinos of the benefits that modern banking technologies can offer. What the heck is a thrift bank? What is a thrift bank? Oh yeah, they even have Philippines there. So thrift banks, also known as savings and loans associations, okay, or simply thrifts, are financial institutions primarily funded by customer deposits. A thrift specializes in offering savings accounts and originating home mortgages for consumers. So sounds like a very retail focused bank there, driven by customer deposits. So despite the presence of 400 rural banks in the Philippines, only a mere 18 are part of Instant Pay. This highlights a significant challenge, the lack of interoperability among these banks. Well, if you enter Mojaloop, that definitely fixes things. As a consequence, the full potential of financial inclusion remains largely untapped, depriving many Filipinos of the benefits that modern banking technologies can offer. But if you integrate Higala with Mojaloop, guys, this changes everything, completely changes the game. Mojaloop running on the XRP ledger, so definitely a platform that can help this process along to help bank the unbanked. And down here they say, the first deployment of Mojaloop in Asia. Higala leverages the open payment platform of Mojaloop Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to boosting financial inclusion through its open source software called Mojaloop. With Mojaloop's open payment interface framework, Higala facilitates seamless connectivity among various financial entities, including banks, institutions, payment gateways, merchants, and the central bank. So note that. Here's a quote, guys. With the pioneering deployment of Mojaloop open source software in Asia, through our collaboration with Talino's Higala, the Mojaloop Foundation reaffirms its commitment to breaking down barriers and empowering communities through financial inclusion. So exactly what they were set out to do, bank the unbanked through the XRP ledger. You can see down here, there's also some Ripple partners involved like Extendit. Not to mention that Ripple is already very prominent in the country of the Philippines. So that is some interesting news. Wanted to thank the Wrath of Kahneman just for posting that. I also happen to see this, guys. Finastra supports Scott payments with prevention of payment fraud. So Finastra, another one of those big Ripple partners, they've just announced the go live of their Backsactive IP confirmation and payee service with Scott Payments, a centralized payments platform that supports the digital transformation of public services in Scotland. And Finastra's technology is incorporated in this. It's helping businesses to proactively prevent fraud or accidental misdirection of funds. If you guys didn't catch this morning's video, I will link it up here in the top right-hand corner. We did recently get news that Ripple is partnering up with SBI and Hashkey for supply chain management purposes. Now, this is a brand new vertical for Ripple, and I feel like, in some ways, supply chain management and monitoring goes hand in hand with fraud protection. I know the VeChain blockchain, for example, they started off as a supply chain manager blockchain, and they've done really well because the counterfeiting industry in China is humongous. The biggest, literally the biggest, no joke, not being ironic, the biggest industry in China is counterfeiting. So they saw a problem. They obviously jumped in, solved the problem. They're partnered up with huge partners in China. And so, now we're starting to see, or now we're probably going to see a lot more of these types of partnerships from Ripple partners, in this case, Finastra, proactively preventing fraud with this company here in Scotland. So this gives users confidence in the process when making payments to the people of Scotland, avoiding accidental misdirection of funds and reducing the risk of fraud, unlocking a host of advantages. COP empowers direct debit and direct credit users with a proactive approach to error resolution. And Finastra, guys, they're going to accelerate payment timescales and diminish the likelihood of transaction failures. So, exactly what Ripple does best, running on the blockchain. Of course, everything is recorded on the ledger. And so this is kind of the first step in helping to prevent these transaction failures. Or at least if these transactions do fail, they can address the issue right away. So the reduction in direct debit indemnity claims is another substantial benefit as problems are identified and rectified earlier in the process, preventing subsequent challenges and potential write-offs. For direct credit users, it is difficult to get money back if it is paid into the wrong account, and on some occasions, lost payments are only flagged if a supplier or employee queries a missing payment. So they're still relying on many manual back-end solutions over there. And, if you put everything on the blockchain, well, that clears all that up, makes it more streamlined and a lot more efficient for these types of customers that just really don't want to spend the time. I mean, who wants to spend the time kind of addressing the pain points of fraud and misdirection, all manually? It just sounds very, very boring. Not to mention there is technology that can prevent this. So huge partner news here, guys, from Ripple partner Finastra supporting Scott's payments in the country of Scotland. Another one here from TerraPay and V-Money. This is a partner expansion for the remittance market in Jamaica specifically. In their continued thrust to improve financial inclusion and expand remittance services to Jamaicans across the world, VM Money Transfer Services has entered a strategic partnership with Ripple partner TerraPay. VMTS facilitates money transfer services globally to customers sending money to Jamaica from Europe, the UK, the United States, Canada, the Cayman Islands, and Turks and Caicos. With this new agreement, VMTS now gains access to TerraPay's robust online platform, enabling hassle-free cross-border payment transfers for customers sending and receiving money across approximately 31 markets globally. So the CEO of VM Money Transfer, Michael Howard, he says he welcomes the boost that this partnership will bring to the agency's operations. He shared purposeful partnerships as an integral part of VM Money's transfer mission as we seek to continuously improve service and delivery for our clients. We're also excited about this recent collaboration. As with TerraPay's extensive network, we have the opportunity to significantly broaden our reach and potentially tap into new markets, all while keeping our clients supported and empowered with convenient and secure channels for their money transfer needs. So there is definitely, opportunity here. Again, another one of those Caribbean nations where the population isn't necessarily wealthy, so they do need solutions. A lot of their citizens tend to work abroad and send money back home. So that's another, something else that, we talked about a lot back in 2018, 2019 when Ripple was first starting to get off the ground. So Jamaica, another one of those underserved markets that could definitely benefit from DLT technology, leveraging RippleNet and Ripple partner TerraPay. So these markets are all leveraging DLT technology to have that better mousetrap because in the past, Swift just doesn't cut it. Going to a Western Union or a MoneyGram, back in the day, a brick and mortar solution, you would be charged exorbitant fees to transfer small sums of cash. And now there's DLT technology. There's RippleNet that costs fractions of pennies. If you guys didn't catch the video I did yesterday, I talked a little bit about the fee wars and how that is going to start ramping up. I mean, if everybody is leveraging RippleNet and it costs pennies, at this point to make these types of transfers, well, what is that appropriate fee that these companies feel like they can get away with? Bank of Montreal in Canada, they're charging $1, just a $1 fee if you want access to your funds immediately. And if you guys didn't catch yesterday's video, I will link it up here in the top right-hand corner. I've noticed this too from Matt, Liny. Wholesale CBDC tests are starting May 2024 throughout November 2024. So May through November of this year. Wave 1 will be in May and Wave 2 will be in July. Tests include full DLT interoperability. So guys, interoperating with the XRP ledger in some instances, according to the Bank of France. So check this out. Full DLT interoperability with CBDCs. Preparing phase that was occurring throughout March of last year up until May of this year, and now we're in the exploratory phase. And then the project phase, that is going to be in 2025, guys. So once this is all said and done, DLT technology leveraging CBDCs, many countries are projecting that they will already be on central bank digital currencies by 2025. And so this is partially why, Ripple has been so involved in this. Now, check this out. Tokenization, issuing financial assets as tokens that circulate on distributed ledgers or DLT and blockchain. Why are the micro regulations so important? Well, of course, because this is how these cryptocurrencies like XRP can be free and clear and have that free flow, what it takes in order to address these problems at scale. And even Ripple did comment, the markets in crypto assets or MiCA regulation takes effect this year in the EU and will usher in a new era for regulatory clarity, providing guidance for stablecoin issuers, custody of digital assets, licensing, compliance, and more. Every chance Ripple gets, it seems like they are always mentioning the regulatory clarity. Never once has Ripple been against the regulatory clarity. Notice, guys, they have always been wanting to be compliant, and this is why they were so shocked, I think, when they got sued by the SEC. So much so that I feel like, when we talk about plans within plans, when we discuss this idea that, okay, Ripple has been chosen from the beginning, there was no two ways about it. The powers that be always knew that they were going to use Ripple technology. And then we talk about, connections with David Schwartz and the NSA and, earlier iterations of blockchain technology. What was David developing back in the late 80s and early 90s? I know I've done several videos on this. Also the 4 Satoshis, right? And government involvement. Did the US government create Bitcoin? If you guys didn't catch the video I did on that a couple of years ago, I will link that up here in the top right-hand corner. But to that point, I wanted to bring this up, courtesy of Jim Knox, okay? Did Ripple's founders plan it all? And by that, This is what he means, okay? Did you know that the XRPL has hundreds of wallets named after big companies? I'm not sure if the XRP community is aware of this yet, but it is definitely something worth looking into. Okay, so check this out, guys. Please take your time and read through this post, and don't forget to bookmark it so you can refer back to it. So he gives a little bit of a background how it began, just explaining in 2011, Jed McCaleb saw problems with Bitcoin, so he created XRP, right? Teamed up with David Schwartz, and then they created Newcoin. They also brought in Arthur Brito, although no photos exist of him. The project gained traction, and then Chris Larsen joined as the first CEO in 2012. Initially called Newcoin, the company was later renamed OpenCoin, and then Ripple in 2013. Now that we've delved into the project's history, let's shift our attention to the XRP ledger, which evidently was planned long before XRP. So the start of the XRPL, looking back at the XRPL's early blocks, we see that initially there are 3 connected wallets. So guys, note this, picture 1, which later split into more. There was the Arthur Brito one, the Bitstamp Hot Wallet, and Coastline. To be honest, I couldn't find much more information about the wallet named Coastline. However, a deeper look into the activities of this wallet suggests that Ripple had big plans from the start. It appears they set up wallets in 2014. Now, guys, remember, 2014, nobody was talking about blockchain technology. DLT was still in its infancy. We were only starting to get, big banks in different countries piloting possible, usage of the XRP ledger in 2016. So 2 years after this. However, it appears they set up wallets in 2014 for virtually every major company worldwide. Things that make you go, for sure. Really big names, names from gateway over banks to financial institutions like Bank of America, ECB, American Express, Fedwire, or BlackRock Advisors. Did Fedwire even exist before 2020? I don't even know if they did. Why would they have been naming wallets Fedwire back in 2014? Okay, I'm not sure why they did this, which is why I'm turning to the community for insight. What are your thoughts on this? Could these corporations be preparing, or did they already partner with Ripple if they decide to flip the switch all along? And guys, here is a list of some of these banking wallets: Bank of Spain, Bank of Thailand, Bank of Sweden. So these are all central banks. And guys, look at the dates here. 2014, way before these partnerships were ever solidified. Here's some of the original account holders from 2013. But guys, look at this: Coca-Cola, Capital Management, BlackRock Advisors, Deutsche Bank, okay, Amazon Web Services, again, all from back in 2014. And then we have Fedwire, Visa Credit Card, Visa Australia, Sage Group. Are there more here? Let's take a look. Lindorf and Coastline. Here's an account named Lindorf created in 2014. In 2023, it received XRP from these major accounts. Oddly, these long dormant accounts were suddenly activated to move surplus XRP. Very, very weird. I mean, considering these accounts were created back in 2014, it does seem like there could be some inclination that Ripple knew how big this was going to be from the beginning. Is it plans within plans, guys? As Bearable Guy did mention from back 5 years ago in Lodestar 2, can you hear me now when I say there are plans within plans within plans? I mean, all these big wallets set up so early on screams to me that there certainly are plans within plans, but that's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.